5 years ago, man. Amanda Ribas, she showed us that there's levels to this game and you got to be more than just a grappler because Ribas can grapple too. Mackenzie Dern, plus 180 dog, minus 210 favorite is Amanda Ribas. Do you like the line coming into this for this first main event?
I do, Derek. I mean, especially with how we've seen Mackenzie Dern kind of have a roller coaster of fight styles, right? She started off a grappler, needs to improve the striking heavy, kind of lost a little bit with the new age of the UFC that's kind of gaining ground on how talented Mackenzie Dern is as a grappler. It lends a lot to why Amanda Ribas, with how she's able to roll into every single fight, take the fight anywhere, and especially with her winning the last one, I see Amanda Ribas being the favorite in this.
Yeah, I mean, I think she should be a clear favorite. You look at the fight that happened the first go around and you say, what exactly has changed? And if you're looking at Mackenzie Dern, you could say she's gotten more aggressive, but she's also been kind of juggling different camps and different coaches and different training styles and things of that nature. So there's only one thing that I think she needs to hone in on, and I'm not sure if she's actually worked on it, AJ. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, it's not your ability to grapple when the fight gets to the ground, but it's getting the fight to the ground. It's the specific wrestling. Now, I'm not sure, and I'm not convinced today, the performance that we saw against Amanda Lemos, the performance that we saw against Luby Godinez, I'm not convinced that she's going to be able to just go and take down Amanda Ribas and have her way with her. If this fight is standing, I think Ribas is going to be able to trade, be a little bit more, have more volume, and I think the stinging shots are probably going to come from Mackenzie Dern, so Dern's going to have to be banking on a knockdown, some major damage to steal rounds in order to win a decision here. I think both of the ladies have an opportunity to find a finish, but for Dern, I really do think it has to come in the grappling department.
I think the one way that I can see Mackenzie Dern, especially with what we've seen with her recently in her fights, she has this blitz where she almost just puts her heads down and just starts swinging in a straight line. If she can do that, but halfway stop and redirect her angle to where the girl has already evaded her, I can see her pressuring Amanda Ribas up against the fence, getting this fight down and dirty, and then being able to work a takedown there, whether it's a knockdown or even a leg drag, whatever the case, because you're right, we haven't seen Mackenzie Dern add that style of wrestling into her acumen yet to where I'd feel confident that she could, because you're right, Amanda Ribas is going to be sitting there, putting the volume down, putting the pressure down, and throwing the slick combos that she does, and if Mackenzie Dern isn't able to find the holes in those combos, it's going to be very difficult for her to get this fight down.
Well, what are you banking on right here? Are you banking on a finish or are you banking on a decision? Because we're here to make money, right? And the first thing that we got to consider is the over. And we're going to talk about this a little bit later, man. But minus 200 for over 4.5, plus 160 for the under 4.5 rounds right there. Are you smashing that over? I mean, minus 200 is not it's not as crazy of a line as I would have imagined for this style of fight.
Yeah, absolutely, Derek. I'm still smashing it as far as the over on this one. I mean, if you're looking at how fights go with, especially in the women's fight or women's divisions, and then how talented both of these fighters are, I could see this one gaining further distance, and then how tired both fighters get in after, the third and fourth round. 4.5 rounds. Excuse me, 4.5 rounds makes a lot of sense, and I agree with you. Minus 200, I expected about a 3 or a 4, but I like to see this odds for sure.
Ribas is one of a couple different fighters right here who has minus odds for a decision victory. Now, when it comes down to a pure decision victory, I can totally see how Amanda Ribas is like the pure play right here. Again, Mackenzie Dern, I think she has to do something spectacular. She has to really make her mark felt in order for the money to kind of make sense right here. But you're not dipping into that plus 400 submission prop on the Mackenzie Dern side?
I'm not, Derek. I'm not, specifically for the reasons that Amanda Ribas is very talented on the ground, and I don't see her staying in the positions long enough that are going to be dangerous enough to have Mackenzie Dern get a submission.
But if she does get there, right, I'm just going to play devil's advocate for a moment. Because, again, I agree. This is a consensus pick. I think Amanda Ribas is the play. Better striker. Holds her own on the ground enough. A legit black belt that can say, like, hey, I can at least get out of this danger to get the fight back up to the feet. But Mackenzie Dern, we have seen when she goes head down, bull rush like that, and she goes and finds somehow to clinch you up, and maybe I don't know. But then Amanda Ribas is a black belt in judo too, I believe. I was going to say Mackenzie Dern maybe use a little bit of judo, try to get the fight to the ground, but I can see real fight-ending sequences happening from Mackenzie Dern that happen really quickly, and that's going to be the kind of narrative of a lot of these different matchups right here. Again, you're not going to bet on a long shot, but no value there?
For the submission, for the plus 400 submission?
On Mackenzie Dern, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely value there. I mean, I think it's way more valuable than the plus 700 TKO prop that she's working with, which admittedly, I can see why she has a better TKO prop than Amanda Ribas, because Mackenzie Dern, if she is able to put the power into place, put the kinetics into place, she can do some serious damage with that, but I like the submission better for sure.
I'm actually a little surprised you say that because Mackenzie Dern has been open. She's been openly saying that she needs to go less from a jiu-jitsu approach where she gets the fight to the ground and is just chasing a sub to just ground and pound and smash the fighter and get him out of there. So I actually think there is, like I said, I think there's credence across the board right here. But again, when it comes down to a money-making perspective, unless Mackenzie Dern can do something spectacular and Amanda Ribas just doesn't get in her own way, just pop the jab, keep moving laterally, and don't get taken down. I think the I think the minus 140 decision is going to be the best play across the board right here. So just to make sure that I'm 100% here, because there's slight difference in value, but value is the same. You're taking a minus 140 Amanda Ribas decision play over her minus 210 line.
Yes, absolutely, Derek, because I think the decision is the most likely outcome. And with how talented both fighters are, I don't see a finish happening right here.
Consensus pick, you heard it here first, folks. That is your first main event of 2025.